we're going to be walking through how to solve the Rubik's Cube, and I'm going to do this in 3 different segments. So in this first video, we're just going to talk about this top layer here. The next videos will cover the middle layer, which is this row, and then of course the bottom layer is down here. So when you start, you just need to first pick a side. I like to start on the white side. You can tell which side is which color when it's scrambled because the center color cube doesn't move. So this would be the orange side because the orange is in the middle. So I like starting on the white side just from habit. So that's the one with the white cube in the middle. So what you want to do when you first pick your side, you want to find all of the same colors that need to stay on this side. So I want white to be everywhere on top, but that's not enough. You want to also make sure that all the whites they have the same colors along the sides here. Okay, so first let's see here. We've got one white piece on the top that has blue on one side and orange on the other side. So that means that the 2 white pieces here are going to have orange here. So we know that the piece we're looking for right here is going to be white on one side and orange on the other side. So first you want to find where that white and orange piece is somewhere else on the cube. On my cube it's right here. It's on the bottom layer on this side. Where I want it to be is right here. So I've got to move it from down there to up here. So the easiest way to do this is to first just line it up with where it needs to go. It's over here, it needs to be on this side, so I'm going to twist the bottom layer once this way just so that I have it all on the same side. And I can see now the last thing that I need to do in order to get it up on top would be just to move this straight up. I can't just do that though because then it pushes other things like the center cube onto a different side. So you have to get it up there without pushing anything else off. And the way to do that is turn the bottom away first. So I'm going to put it back over here so it's out of the way. And then you want to pull this cube, this missing piece, down 1 turn. Make sure to keep these 2 sides the same. Just pull down the center piece. And then your white-orange piece over here, and you're going to push it back so now it's on the same line and push the column back up to the top. So that's all you do. Let's do that again. So here's my white-orange piece. I know it needs to be up here, so in order to do that, you push it out of the way, pull down the center column, and just twist it right into place. So then you push it up to the top, and now you have it up there without moving anything else on the white side. So the next thing we're going to do is fill this last side on the orange side. So that means it needs to be white on this side, orange on this side, and then some other color over here. So you want to find that other corner piece that has those 2. So here it is on my cube, white, orange, and then green. So it's over here, and I need it over here. So again, just like last time, the easiest way to do this is to just twist it around first so you can see where it needs to go. So I'm just going to bring this bottom row around, and then I can see exactly. In this case, there's no other whites in the way. I'm not worried about anything getting pushed out of the way, so you can just push it straight up, and it's aligned and it's right where it needs to go. But let's say there's something else in the way. So let's say this piece is sitting there and you don't want it to get in the way. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So here, you would normally just push it straight up like I just did, but then it pushes this white piece off the column, and you don't want to do that. So if that's already in the right place and you don't want to push something else out of the way, you're going to do exactly what we did last time with this center piece, where we moved it out of the way first and then pulled it down. So that you're only working with 1 column at a time instead of all of them. So in this case, we're going to be moving this row, so it doesn't work for us to turn it to the right because then it will be moved over here. So what you want to do here is move it to the left. So you're going to move this piece to the left 1 turn so that when you pull down the right column, it needs to be right here. Push it right back to the right, and there you go. I'll show that again. You line it up with the direction it needs to go. Move it out of the way, pull down, and push it back. So now you can effectively work just 1 cube piece at a time without moving any of the other pieces on that same side. So here's another corner. We want one with white on top, green on the side, and another color here. This is mine. It's over here. It's the same as last time. It needs to be lined up with this column. So I'm going to twist the bottom row once, get it lined up. I want to put it right up here. So again, I can just push it up like this. It's aligned like that correctly that I could. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to push it off to the side again. So I can't push it this way, otherwise it'll get messed up. So you're going to push it away so that it's not being turned when you pull this row down. Push it back into place, and push it up. And now it's lined up. Okay, here's another one. This last white corner, we can go ahead and jump ahead and do that. You line it up. I know it needs to be right here in this corner piece right here. So I just twist it so that it's right below the piece it needs to go at. Here's a good example. If I push it straight up, it's in the right place, but then we lose this other corner piece that we've already worked on. So instead, I'm going to go ahead, push it out of the way, pull the column down, and put it back. Pretty simple. Okay, so here's a tricky one. It's off to the side. It's a little bit different to get that one in the right place. So this is the white and blue piece that goes right here. So I need this to go here. You can't do it exactly the same way as we did the other ones when they're on the bottom row because it's now in the middle row. You're going to line it up with the right piece. Right here, if I were to just push this up, it would be way over here, and we want it right there. So that means that you need to rotate it so that it is lined up. Here, it's lined up directly below where it needs to go. If I push it straight up, it would be in the right place. Of course, we'd lose everything else, but we know that that's in the right place to line it up to get started. So it's sitting right here. Make sure you're in that right position first. Now again, this is the row that's moving, so you always want to make sure that you're turning away from the moving side so that you're not losing your pieces while you rearrange things. So I'm going to turn it to the left, pull down this column, and then move it right back, making sure to keep the other two in line, only moving that middle row, and then put it right back up. And there it is. And then the last piece, another tricky one, red and white. Down here, my white's upside down. So let's say I'm going to go ahead, it's all the way back here. I'm going to twist this bottom around. So right now, technically, it is lined up with where it needs to go, but it's upside down. Because if I move this center piece up, it's not arranged correctly. The white needs to be on top and the red needs to be on bottom. While normally we would have the white piece here, and we just move it straight off to the side and start working, we're going to skip that first step where you move it off to the side because we do want to shuffle this up a little bit because we want that to be up on the other side. So instead, we're just going to go ahead with it lined up, just pull down the middle row like you normally would. Keep the other two sides the same to make sure you don't move those. And now, instead of moving it just one side, move it twice because remember, our piece was right here before. We moved it down once, which now pushes it to the back side of the cube. So our piece that was right here is now directly behind us. So if you twist the bottom row twice, there it is. It was over here. And then you push it right back up. And that's it. That's the top layer. First phase is complete.